Welcome to WikiPodcast. Ever wonder who really put the world on wheels? We're talking about more than just cars here. We're talking about a revolution, a total game changer that transformed how we work, how we live, and how we move. Today we're diving into the incredible story of Henry Ford. Now, here's a fun fact to kick things off. Henry Ford didn't invent the car. Nope, cars were around. They were clunky, they were expensive, and they were mostly for the super rich. Think of them like a fancy toy for the elite. Born in Michigan in 1863, Henry Ford was a curious kid. He loved tinkering with machines. He saw that clunky, expensive car, and he had a brilliant idea. What if cars weren't just for millionaires? What if everyone could own one? That was the big dream. To build a reliable, affordable car for the masses. Sounds simple, right? It wasn't. He founded the Ford Motor Company in 1903, and his famous Model T came out in 1908. It was a good car, but it was still slow to build. Each car was basically handmade by skilled craftsmen. It was like building a custom piece of art every single time, and that took ages and cost a fortune. Ford realized something crucial. If he wanted to make cars for everyone, he had to change how they were made. Enter the moving assembly line. This wasn't just a tweak. It was a total industrial earthquake. Instead of workers moving around the car moved to the workers. Each person had one small specific job. One person added the wheel. The next added the door. Over and over. Simple, repetitive, fast. It was mind-blowing for its time. The results were astonishing. Before the assembly line, building a Model T took over 12 hours. After, it took about an hour and a half. Imagine that speed increase. And what does faster production mean? Lower costs. The price of a Model T plummeted from over $800 in 1908 to less than $300 by 1925. That was huge. Suddenly, average families could afford a car. The Model T became a global phenomenon. Over 15 million were sold. It was literally the car that put America on wheels. But Ford didn't stop there. He also famously introduced the $5 a day wage in 1914. This was more than double the going rate for factory workers. Why? He wanted his employees to be able to afford the very cars they were building. It was revolutionary. This high wage, combined with the affordable car, kicked off a massive societal shift. People could commute longer distances. Suburbs started to grow. Road networks exploded. Vacations became a thing. Our entire concept of mobility and leisure changed forever. It was a domino effect. Henry Ford's methods weren't without their critics, of course. The work on the assembly line could be monotonous. He had some controversial personal views. But his core contribution, the assembly line, became the blueprint for modern manufacturing. Not just for cars. Think about how anything mass-produced today is made. Your phone. Your laptop. That coffee maker. Chances are, they owe a huge debt to Henry Ford's vision of efficient production. He showed the world how to create high-quality, affordable products on an unprecedented scale. His legacy isn't just about old cars, it's about efficiency. It's about scale. It's about making things accessible. Every time a new tech company finds a way to streamline production and bring down costs, they're echoing Ford's pioneering spirit. He truly was a game-changing entrepreneur. The man who didn't just build cars, but built an entirely new way of life. And that's the story of Henry Ford, the man who moved the masses. Thanks for listening. Write us your opinion in the comments on what other historical figures truly revolutionized an industry. Subscribe to the channel to help more listeners reach our episodes. Thank you, and have an amazing day.